Welcome to the WFL Update. As always, I am your host, Kyle Walsh, and here are the top games this week. The Philadelphia Iron continue to win close games, and their next big task this week is against the 2-2 Queen City Corsairs and their electric running back, Tony Henderson. The Philadelphia defense has been a surprising part of what has made Philadelphia an undefeated team. When at times the team has struggled offensively, Philadelphia allows just 296.25 yards per game, third best in the league behind Boston and Vegas. The four expansion teams in the WAFL, Cleveland, LA, Osaka, St. Louis, have a combined record of 6-10. The Shoguns have 4 of those 6 wins. Osaka has surprised everyone, winning their first 4 games in 2012.
Yeah.
The Shoguns face a high-octane Edmonton offense. The Chill continue to climb in the offensive ranks. Edmonton is second in the league in yards per game, but must make mistake-free football. Edmonton doesn't force a lot of turnovers, and Osaka has turned the ball over just 1 time in 4 weeks. That battle is crucial. Vegas has been above and beyond all the other teams in the WFL this season, winning their last 3 games by combined 99 points. Vegas must go up against Dante Houle and the 1-3 Immortals out of LA. Vegas is number 1 in points per game and points per game allowed, just 11.75 points per game. For LA to capture the big upset, they must control the ground game. LA is second in the league in rushing and is 5th best at defending the run. Keith Russell becomes the next challenge. In this week's Game of the Week, 2 Eastern Conference teams clash in Delaware as the 3-1 Destruction face off against the 2-2 Cincinnati Sentinels. Both teams are fresh off wins from Week 4, which makes the matchup even more important as both teams try to climb up the conference ranks. It's the first time in WFL history that these 2 storied quarterbacks will face off against each other. A key in this game will be Darius Ryder's effectiveness. He goes up against the Sentinels defense, which is ranked 4 in the league against the pass. And welcome to the injury report this week. We have 2 new souls added to the growing list of injuries. First up, we have Cleveland wide receiver Hoffman with a strained Achilles tendon for 4 games. Also, Los Angeles Immortals backup running back Walshin. He is out for 10 games with a strained back. Really? Just put some ice on it. You'll be fine. For the other souls that have already been injured, we have the Diablos tight end Mario Alanta. He's out for another game, so not this week, but next week he will return. Also, we have Osaka wide receiver Zach Clark. He's out for another 8 games. Philadelphia Eric Reed. He's out with a torn pectoral for 3 more games. Also, the St. Louis wide receiver Kyle Van Greven. He's out for another 3 games as well. And that is your injury report for this week. Thank you very much.
This is the What the Woman of the Week with Jaimie Walsh. Queen City quarterback Joseph Redfeather goes back to class. With plenty of time, he seems to get distracted. What is that you see? Oh wait, behind you, a defender. And that has been your What the Woman of the Week, brought to you by EA Sports.
And here are our picks for Week 5.
Starting off the week is Philadelphia at Queen City.
I think this is the week Philadelphia is going to go down. I think Queen City can win this.
I think so too. They come off a loss against Cincinnati, and but I think they're going to bounce back, and I think they're going to win this one.
I just think Queen City is the better team here.
Yeah. Louisville at Chicago.
Louisville, easy for me.
Yeah, I'm going with Louisville too.
Boston at Sterling.
Boston came off a tough loss when
Yeah.
losing 15-0.
Yes.
Sterling, I'm gonna go with Boston.
I think Boston's going to win. I think Sterling's going to put up a good fight, though.
I think so too. Boston I don't know, something was up with that game. They weren't on cue, but I think they'll bounce back. And in the game of the week, it's going to be Cincinnati at Delaware.
I think Delaware is going to win this. I think it's going to be a good game. I just think that Delaware is the better team, and I think that Paul Young just is not having the season that Darius Ryder is.
I agree. But I won against Cincinnati last week, and I lost that win point. I think Delaware is going to win. I'm going with Cincinnati. Even though I think we're going to get blown out, but whatever. I'm going with Cincinnati. They suck this year.
Okay. Now we have Los Angeles at Las Vegas.
Vegas by a mile.
I agree.
I don't know. Everyone keeps saying LA's, this surging team and all this other stuff. I just don't see it. I think they were way too hyped at the beginning of the season, and they beat Chicago. Wow.
Sure.
So I just think Vegas is going to come out and smash them like they did. Who did Vegas play last week? Wow, it was just last night, and I can't even think of who it was. That's pretty sad. Memory shot. Oh well, I just think Vegas is going to blow them out.
Next is Baltimore at Cleveland.
I'm going to say Cleveland's going to win.
I agree. I think it's going to be a close game, though. I really do. They're both. I think they're both pretty even matched teams here. But I think Cleveland will win.
Minnesota at St. Louis.
Minnesota. Sorry, St. Louis, but hopefully after progressing throughout the year, maybe towards the end of the year, you'll get your first win. But I just think that Minnesota's going to beat you.
I agree. I think Minnesota's going to win too. They come off a tough loss with Edmonton, so I think they're going to bounce back as well.
And lastly, Edmonton at Osaka.
I don't know. This is going to be a good game. Osaka's undefeated. They're at home, going up against Edmonton, who just came off a great game against Minnesota.
How long can Osaka go? That is the big question.
That is the question. I'm still, you know what? I'm still going with Osaka to win this one. I think it's in their favor to win.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm not going to go against Osaka. I think they can pull it out and win this. I think, like I said earlier, with other teams, they're going to put up a good fight, but I think Osaka's going to win this. They're going to continue to be 5-0.
I think so, too.
And that's our picks for Week 5.
And check out the other forms of WFL media with WFL Pulse on Blog Talk Radio is every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Central with Cameron Irvine and Chet You Betcha, hosting a competitive banner like no one else can provide. The Ace Report is available for download every Monday with host Ace's Worlds. Ace breaks down the week that was in the WFL and gives us credit where credit is due. Inside the WFL podcast is available for download every Tuesday with host Ronnie Nickens. Nickens will dig deep inside the next week's slate of games and look back at weeks past. And of course, WFL YouTube has you covered with highlights, top 10 plays, and of course, the WFL update is new every Wednesday. I am your host, Kyle Walsh, and from all of us here at the WFL Update Studios in Orlando, Florida, enjoy this week's games.
Check back to WFL on YouTube for game-by-game highlights and analysis. Watch every game live on the WFL Network at www.justin.tv/WFLfootball. And visit the website daily for new articles, podcasts, and more at www.wflfootball.com. Can't watch the games? Follow the scores, point by point, big play by big play on the WFL Twitter at www.twitter.com/WFLfootball.